So the all-one team of the week. You guys disagree with any of them? Should anyone be on it?
Small forward. Pascal Siakam might disagree with that one.
Okay, then who should be on it instead?
Kawhi.
Well, Pascal Siakam is just a power forward.
I'm gonna say Kawhi.
I was just gonna say Siakam doesn't play the small
no,
forward.
it's not small. And it doesn't say small forward anywhere. It says
It's
guard, forward, center.
So you're basically just saying like the best 5 people on one team.
Basically.
No, I know, but Kawhi should be in there besides.
I didn't pick Kawhi here. Here's some of my all-team mentions were Lou Williams, Luka, John Collins, Kawhi, Kat, and Embiid. The only reason I didn't pick Kawhi was because he only played 1 game this week, and these guys played more than one, and they averaged these. So, because of the load management. Obviously, he played last night, but I didn't have time to do that. But he got 38 last night and 20 against the Spurs. Anyone?
Yeah, I agree with
any big disagrees? Anything
Not
you're mad about?
I feel like the only thing is like
As a
maybe
Suns-
Andre Drummond, but like
You want Kelly?
I agree with Andre Drummond, but like
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, it's just that.
there's just 3 good like 3 centers.
And the centers, I mean, Drummond just averaged better stats this week because Embiid and Kat both got ejected in the game they played, and they only had like 19 points each or something like that. What do you guys think about like their performances? Like Irving, Harden, Andy Davis.
Best performance of the week was.
What is the What's Brooklyn's current record as a team?
2-4.
2-4.
Yeah.
See, it says a lot where Kyrie's like his stats are like hugely upgraded because it's like he only really has DeAndre Jordan around him. He doesn't even have KD yet, and that's a struggling team as of right now. Maybe not so much.
They're not getting killed though.
No, they're not.
The games that I watched, they're not. They lost from a buzzer beater. Kyrie missed a buzzer beater, so that's 2 of the losses out of their 4. So they could be 4-2 if you flip it. If you really look at it that way.
That is true, but even then,
but they're not struggling, in my opinion. Struggling would be like Kyrie's not shooting well.
He's shooting 25 times a game.
Okay, yeah, that's because he's the number 1 option.
again.
Oh, my fault. They're 1-3.
1-3.
Wow. Yeah.
So they could be 2-2, 3-1,
Okay.
so on.
So they're not doing. Again, it's only like first week of the season, but even then, it's kind of like you kind of hope that the Brooklyn Nets will at least get somewhat to a better start.
Yeah, but
Given
it's only 4 games. If
They were pretty much the champions of the offseason, so like they have that hype going into the year.
Yeah, my favorite quote was from Brian Windhorst when he said this: "No one judges 4 straight games more than at the beginning of the season. Like if there was a 4-game stretch of this in the middle of the season, no one would care."
And that's why I
Right.
want to talk about this.
Go ahead.
And that's why, with the 4-game stretch, the Phoenix Suns are going to be the 8th seed in the West.
Okay, let's segue. Let's segue into our first week fever segment, where everyone freaks out, not freaks out, but kind of slightly overreacts because we're excited about the NBA season. But we all came up with our little hot takes or predictions for the rest of the season. So you want to start off with yours?
Yes.
I already said it, but go ahead.
The Suns will be a playoff team. And there's a reason for this.
Okay.
So the Suns will be a playoff team because, in my opinion, they have the number 1 defense in the league. And, not like the best defenders, but like their team defense. It's a hot take. And then
It is a hot take. It's because of the Suns.
No.
Get it?
Woo! Man.
Anyways,
Silly.
and they have beaten good teams, such as the Clippers.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give you that.
I haven't.
And
They're 2-2.
They didn't even have.
They're 3-2.
They didn't have Ayton either, did they?
No, they haven't
They
had
also
any.
don't have-
And
last
both of their
3
losses, have only been
By like 1 point, like
Who have they lost to?
the Nuggets.
by
Touch
1, and
ass.
then the Jazz by 1.
The Nuggets game, you can't even use the Nuggets game as a good sample size because Malik Beasley fouled on a 3-point
But
half-court attempt.
listen. They still would have only lost by like 3 or.
It's still a competitive game, is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
It's
well,
still
no,
like a
like-
really close game. So
And
I totally agree with you, Andrew.
I don't even think that's so much of a hot take, especially since this is a 2-2 Suns team that's like 2 games they lost, they're close in. And not only that, that's without Ayton. Like they only had him for the first game of the season when they blew out the Kings by 30.
Wait,
the
when
next
did
day,
when did he get like?
the day after the opening game.
As soon as they were like, wait a minute,
Oh,
did the Suns
was
beat
it
someone by 30? Everybody's getting drug
Adam
tested.
Silver had to step in. It's like, wait, someone's got to be on something. It's like, okay, we got to suspend Aiden for the first quarter of the season.
Him and Devin Booker had to flip a coin. He's not actually doing drugs. He's just like, nah, bro. One of y'all is.
One of you is out.
Yeah. But
No,
what I mentioned
Monty
President
Williams,
is
I just imagine on the Suns practice court, Adam Silver shows up. He walks in. He's all like, "Listen, you guys did not blow out the Kings by 30. One of you is on drugs or something. It doesn't matter. One of you is getting suspended."
one of his like
That's kinda
executives
like
is like,
And then Monty Williams, Monty Williams is all like, "Listen, guys, you're both great players. You're probably your two best guys. We're gonna have you play a rock paper scissors match. Best 2 out of 3. Whoever loses is the one getting suspended for the first 25 games of the year."
I don't make the rules.
Aiden and Booker on the last
Silver's
round, they
in the
won
background
one
just, like,
apiece.
shaking
They
his
keep
head, just-
putting rock like 3 times in a row, and then eventually Booker decides to be cocky and he puts out a paper, and then Aiden's like, "Shoot!" So Aiden gets suspended 25 games. And
Well,
this is
Cole,
how
I didn't know you know the behind the scenes about the Suns.
local Suns fan, everybody.
yeah,
Full
local
power.
Suns.
Oh man.
Shout out to Cole.
Anyways, but
I want like a little fan mate.
yeah, just like
Yeah.
the Suns, if they keep going how they are right now, they could be.
As someone who watches
An
them
8
locally,
seed or
it's
not.
amazing they can actually play defense and make 3 points.
No, yeah, I'm
once
really,
in a
No, they're
long
I'm really
time.
impressed with Monty Williams and the way he's coaching.
Their
his team.
defense is
real.
tough.
And their backup front court is very, very
Frank
nice.
Kaminsky. When I was at the Clippers Suns game, Frank Kaminsky literally lit us up from
Dario
3. Him, Aaron Baines, or even though Aaron Baines technically
Dario
started.
Saric.
Dario Saric,
Just
yes.
those guys that you didn't think would be such a big contributor to the
The
team.
thing is, nobody talks about it. They're all really tall. They're just like.
It's a tall team.
Monty
Like-
Williams has everybody playing defense. Devin Booker's considered a
How
good
tall's Cam
defender this
Johnson?
year. Cam Johnson, 6'7".
And how about
They're
this?
all just
Von Carter.
Javon Carter is so good.
He
He's-
is underrated.
He is so good.
He's just a dog. He likes playing defense.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah,
That's like
but
Memphis.
also
Yeah.
Javon Carter. What team did he play for
Memphis.
The
previously?
Grizzlies.
Memphis,
He
yeah.
was the Josh Jackson trade piece.
Yeah.
That's why I was mad. I was like, Javon Carter's not even that good. No, I was wrong.
I haven't even
He's
heard
He's
of
good.
I haven't even heard of
He
Javon
dropped-
Carter.
he
I've
dropped
never
30 on
watched
the Warriors
him.
last season.
Sorry?
I think he dropped 30
I
on
think
the
that
Warriors
was-
last season.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, but yeah, no, he's good. I'm
He's
good.
not
pretty
like
good
we're not
trade,
saying
though.
he's good, but he's not like
Kind of like
leading
a
a team to the
ball
playoffs.
He got in
No,
trouble.
no,
Yeah.
That's the
like,
problem.
yeah.
He's perfect for what the Suns need
Yeah.
currently,
Yeah,
especially
no.
with Rubio being out in that Clippers game and then him stepping up.
Oh no, they're really
Oh,
good. They're
was
really fun.
Rubio also out?
Mhm.
Oh man.
Well, he was, yeah. He had a
Briefly. It was
left knee
brief.
bruise.
So, Gordon Hayward is still gonna be good because. Did you guys see the game against the?
I've not watched the Celtics.
I have
game.
watched
I
every
haven't
minute
watched
of every
Boston.
Celtics
Yeah, local
game this
Celtics
season.
fan, I
I
guess.
have
So,
watched-
it was against the Bucks. So
Yes.
they were down by
Why
like
not?
they were down by like how much was it like 15? Was it 9?
He doesn't know. It's okay. Just keep going. Just keep
Oh,
going.
you
Keep
need a
going.
researcher.
You're good.
He'll help you out. Just let him talk, and then we'll.
So
yeah.
then Gordon Hayward just was going off, passing dimes and everywhere. Like Kemba also kind of helped.
And Jason Tatum.
And Jason. So, and Gordon Hayward last year he did not play good at all.
I
But
hate
this
him.
year I feel it's just because he was kind of like injured and like was still like getting healed. But this year I feel like he's gonna like he dropped how much was it, like 20 points that game.
20 something, yeah, somewhere.
He's
around
not starting either, is he?
But
Yeah,
what?
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he's
okay.
starting. But yeah, I think he's gonna like be a like really help the Celtics out.
He's
whenever
gonna be a
they're
better
out of
contributor
What's
this
his
year than he
age?
was
Yeah,
last
he's
year.
That's my legit
I
question.
say
What's
it's
his
like-
age?
He's like 28.
So you remember his last?
Okay.
He's
That's
like, he's
like-
like showing like how he was like his last season in Utah.
Yeah,
My-
he was super good at
My
Utah.
question is, can he recover at age 28? Because he is getting to that like side of 30 where you do start to slow down physically.
Well, another thing is
He's
that Gordon.
29 years old.
Oh, the one thing that Gordon Hayward always had that nobody really talked about is he's a really good passer. Even in Utah, his like
And a
playmaking
pretty
for
good
them.
rebounder.
Yeah, because he's a big dude.
He's a good
So
player
like.
all around.
Yeah, all around, he was just always like kind of really good. He was kind of like Luka Doncic before Luka Doncic, with kind of that like I do everything regard, and I'm white, but except the step back threes. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So like,
He's not as offensively
Oh,
good.
he-
I was always a big Gordon Hayward fan
Really
back in
good.
Utah.
He was entertaining to watch because he's just a likable guy. He does everything correctly.
So yeah, no, I think he'll be good. I'm a big fan.
I'm excited if he's
he
gonna be as good as you say. he
more
is.
20-point games.
Yeah,
That'd
it's gonna be fun.
really helpful to the Celtics.
That whole Celtics team is interesting though.
Mine now. So I unfortunately as soon as I started writing this, Trey Young got injured. What did he do? He
Rolled his ankle.
rolled his ankle.
Yeah, that's
I was
tough.
thinking Curry broke his hand. That's what happened. Okay. I said at the end of the season, Trey Young will average just under 30 and 10. So basically, I'm thinking 28, 29, 30 points a game, under 10 assists. I'm not I didn't really need to add the 10 assists because I really think that's possible. That's not that
Averaging
hard for
10 assists is possible.
Averaging
30
a
points is
double-double.
not- 30 points is not possible for Trae Young.
No, that's no.
I say at least like
25 points is not possible for Trae Young.
I was gonna say 20.
To average 25 points the whole year is not now.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, I think so.
I say around like the 23 range.
That's what I have.
I'm thinking 28,
averaging-
29, 30.
30.
That's just too
30
many
30
shots
is
for
just too
him.
many shots.
Okay, but think
28 points per game. 29. Okay, so think about Isaiah Thomas back in like 2017. He averaged 29.9 points a game,
Mhm.
and he shot the ball a lot.
Okay,
So you're saying Trae Young's gonna do that while dishing out 10 assists?
absolutely.
How?
Trey Young can like
The
make
Hawks
his shots, but like I still
But there's
don't
the-
think.
The Hawks are deep. They got DeAndre Hunter,
Mhm.
Cam Reddish. Like they got
Cam Reddish
John
wants his
Collins. Huh?
Cam Reddish wants his shots.
Yes,
Good
he
for him.
does. But he doesn't make them. But
Yeah.
you see that really good one he almost had where he like spun. It was crazy.
Yeah, he spun
Anyways.
like twice and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
but
I think he's gonna just explode this year
Not
because if
not
he
30, not
shoots
30 points.
at
That's
least
too much.
8, let's say 8 threes a game, 6, 7, 8 threes a game, and makes like 40% of it. What's like 40% is like means like you're a good shooter, right? Which 40% is like 3 to 4, so that's 12 points already. Plus add in a couple free throws and a couple layups. That's close to like already 25.
you forget Trae Young is 9 times out of 10 the shortest player on the court.
That's fantastic.
But he's
And there's
Okay, but we've seen dudes like Curry. I'm not saying he's on the same level of Curry, but dudes who are like that height, Isaiah Thomas can average 30 points as well.
it's his
So why
second
can't he?
year.
And I think
Yeah,
he can do it.
Isaiah Thomas is also a veteran.
And
I
he
think
also
he can
had
do
the
it.
entire
I feel
team
like-
built around him.
I think he can do it. That's all I'm saying. Because I just watch him and he can just explode.
I don't think he can do it on his second year. I feel like he has more time to
You think he
grow,
will
and maybe
eventually?
he can get close to there. But I don't think not this year. Not this year.
Okay.
No, sir.
I feel like he has time to grow though.
Yeah, that's my prediction. Cole, any other thoughts?
See, I wanted to make a hot take about, like, say, Zion Williamson, because I'm already concerned about that injury that he's already had before the season. It's like, you know, the last major hyped up prospect out of college, they suffered a major
this
injury
is
before the
what this
season.
was.
Yeah, but I'm kind of walking that back. This is just more of a rant situation. Am I the only one that absolutely despises the Houston Rockets with the burning passion? Like,
I used to.
Like, the Rockets are, like, literally the most unlikable team in the NBA.
They were
I
last
Explain.
year. That's my
I think they are.
This year they're just really fun to watch because like Westbrook would just get the ball around everywhere and
I
then
know, but,
everyone
like-
would just pop threes. It's just like so.
No,
interesting
he's
to
talking
see.
about personality.
But
Personality?
personality,
I don't care about
personality and how much they've all
Personality, I don't-
underachieved.
Let him talk.
Yeah.
It's also it's personality, but it's also how much they've underachieved for the last 2 seasons. Like, especially last year, how unbelievably frustrating that playoff series was. It's like no Boogie, no KD, like injury like Klay Thompson, DeMarcus Cousins, and they still couldn't finish off the Warriors. And James Harden still doesn't play defense. Like, the fact that this team is if they just took that next step, like if they just tried a bit harder, like they could beat them.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, like every year, they just constantly disappoint. They just seem contempt with it. And now this entire offseason, they've thrown their future away. Like, they traded away CP3 and 2 first-round picks for all of Russell Westbrook.
I say that worked. I watched a really good video about why Russell Westbrook is a better addition to the Rockets than Chris Paul, and it was really good because like the more I realized it, I was like, yeah,
He is.
they're absolutely right. Because if you watch like a Rockets game before, which I never wanted to, because it's just annoying, because it was take turn ball, so James Harden would go up, do his little dribble out 40 seconds of the shot clock, and then chuck up a 3, and you're like, wow, how did that go in? You're like, okay. And then it was Chris Paul's turn, and he'd walk down because he's old and slow, and then he'd get the Clint Capella screen, and then he'll drive and he'll shoot a mid-range or throw a lob.
Not saying
right?
it didn't work because it worked obviously.
No, it
it's
worked.
not in the-
No, I know, but it's like
Yeah.
it's not pretty
The
basketball.
only thing that's like kind of fun for me is actually because I remember I was really into OKC Thunder when they had James Harden, KD, and Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually fun to see those two on the court together again.
Absolutely.
It's a little bit of a
It's really-
throwback
it's
to the
pretty
summer.
cool.
No,
It's
but
pretty
the
cool.
thing is, the Russell Westbrook thing is, like, even when, like, everyone's big thing against Russell Westbrook is, oh, he just can't shoot, which is, like, I guess
No.
you can argue that, but, like, even when he
He's
can't
one- he's
shoot,
one of the best
he gets
drivers.
the rebounds, and the way, because Chris Paul, once again, no
He's
hate
just
on Chris
so-
Paul, Russell Westbrook is so fast, so he just takes
He's
off,
so
and then all of
explosive.
the shooters, because the Houston Rockets, that's what they are, they're just a bunch of dudes who can just flat out
He's
shoot the
a
ball.
tucker.
They just all
Nice boys.
spread out, and Russell Westbrook just drives down their throats, and then they collapse on Russell Westbrook, he kicks it out because he's a good passer, and then boom, you drain it.
So like they
Yeah.
don't know
I-
like
yeah.
if they want to stop him or like Like make sure that
No, exactly.
shooters don't.
So I like this Houston Rockets team so much more than last year.
situation.
I explained this last week too. I talked
yeah, you
about Westbrook just being Westbrook grabbing a rebound is just opens up like so many possibilities
So
for
much
the
space.
offense.
He's
To the point where it's
He's just
unpredictable
so
for
quick.
everyone. So even a good defensive team like the Jazz, the Clippers, you just hope
There's
have to pray. You just have to pray.
You gotta pick one.
Because okay, first of all, Russell Westbrook is not a dude you could just like play defense on. You have to try to focus all your attention on him because he can play make. He can
He can shoot.
He has a decent mid-range
He's not
game.
the
I like
best,
his pull-up jumper. Sometimes they don't go in.
Yeah,
He can dunk, driving layup. But then you got dudes like you just have James Harden first of all.
And you have dudes like PJ
so you have
Tucker.
to pay attention to him too. So you already have two dudes. Let's say, for example, let's say the Clippers play the Rockets. Pat Bev and Westbrook. You have to focus all that energy on Westbrook, which Pat Bev has like unlimited energy, which we all know. But then you have the guy like Kawhi who is just isolated on James Harden. I would feel like.
Literally just sitting there.
And then everyone else is just like, it's either help defense on Harden or Westbrook, or just not let Aaron Gordon touch the basketball in the corner,
Or Clint Capella.
or Clint Capella.
Tucker
Their offense are like it's a very interesting.
That's why I still have them winning.
It'd be scary to like have to play defense.
It's also
Yeah.
kind of Mike D'Antoni's still coach.
Plus, yeah, Mike D'Antoni was like 7
Genius.
seconds
This is
offense.
the
Like, this is exactly what he wanted.
his team. Genius. For most improved player, my least favorite award in all of basketball is Brandon Ingram.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a double award.
100% agree.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Actually-
Brandon Ingram this year is looking like a superstar. Did anybody see that game where he had like 35 and 15?
Yeah.
I think he's been
gosh.
dropping like at least 25 or above points these last couple games.
He was averaging like 27 for a little bit, but like, you saw it a little bit last year where everyone was like, because you know the whole thing with Brandon Ingram was like, oh, bro, this is KD, and then like he couldn't shoot, and everyone was like, yikes, is he KD? And then he was like, I'm a slasher. So then he would just start going in and just shooting a bunch of mid ranges, dunking on everybody. You're like, is he Giannis? So I guess he's Giannis now, but whatever he is, I'm kind of down.
I watched the Pelicans and
He's a Giannis that could shoot
who they played last
a
night?
little.
Nuggets, and he just looked good. It was just smooth.
All around.
Performances of the week. We kind of touched on this a little bit earlier.
Andrew?
Anthony Davis.
Anthony
That was mine.
40 and 20.
In less than
In
30 minutes.
Yeah,
32.
minutes.
30,
32
31, 32, yeah. NBA history record, I guess, or NBA record.
You could just see.
Shot 20-something free throws, though. I didn't know that. He's
Yeah.
he continues to struggle from, like...
He's
could
not
just
doing
see
too
the-
well.
No, you could just see
Like-
how confident he is, though. Like
That's
on the
fair.
court, he's
I
so-
think I only watched one Lakers game, and that was when we played them. And I think everyone's just kind of like committing everything to him, which is like he has like 3 people on
And
him
he
at all
hasn't-
times.
Yeah.
So I think
It's
that's why
kinda
he's not
he's
shooting
adjusting.
well. So hey, that's cool. Good for him. I mean, he's hooping.
And
Do we
like,
all? Who here actually did have Anthony Davis before we even go any further? Because that was my pick as well.
That was
I
my
had a
pick.
different one.
I had.
Real quick before we move on, we all had Anthony Davis.
I also yeah.
Yeah, I'm Anthony.
Oh,
Real
we'll
quick-
talk about mine next.
Real quick before, my thing with Anthony Davis is he's really gifted offensively to the point where people like Curry, superstars have one trait about them, correct? Curry can shoot. Harden is just a beast on offense. Him and Durant. Giannis is a very good driver, transition offense
Kawhi
player.
defense.
Kawhi defense, great 2-wing player.
Westbrook
Anthony Davis
is
is like but superstars have no. Hold on. So superstars, I'm going to talk about offense specifically. Superstars, when I think about a lot of good players, they have a specific move. Curry, 3-pointer. Kawhi's mid-range has been outstanding this season. I've been watching a couple games. James Harden step back. Dirk's like fadeaway, like type of those things.
Yeah.
Anthony Davis doesn't really have something because he's not. If I watch like a lot of Lakers games, my dad's a Lakers fan, so he's not too good in the post, which is weird for a dude who's
He's good in the post.
He's
No, in a-
amazing in the post.
Have you been watching all the? I've watched every single.
He
Lakers
could be
game.
better. He could be better.
He's too
What I'm
strong.
saying is he's missing a lot. So I'm talking about like post fadeaways.
okay.
So he's not,
His moves are
and
good.
he can shoot the 3. He's not like reliable,
But
but
like if he's open, you're like.
and he can catch lobs, pick and roll, but he doesn't like do anything outstandingly well. He's just like really good at a couple things. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah,
If he gets the ball at the 3, like and he's open, he's like not gonna be like.
He'll make it.
He's not gonna be like drunk and be like, oh, I'm passing.
And he's
I'm
strong, I'm not
He
saying
can
he's
just-
bad
he can just shoot
offensively,
it and
but-
probably make it. And get.
So he's
I think-
very.
I think it speaks more to his versatility as a player. That like he's a good all-around
So
player.
that's his thing. Is he's versatile?
Yeah, that it's his
Yeah.
versatility as a player is just his greatest strength. So I don't really see that as much.
Adding on to kind of what Cole said, like that he doesn't really have a signature move because like the dude's just kind of good at everything.
Exactly.
Like I would take Anthony Davis probably over a lot of. I would take Anthony. There's very few players that I would not take Anthony.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a gimmick or something he overly leans or relies upon. Like his
When Anthony Davis cares about defense, you better watch out. I remember when he like used to care. He used to just go for Pelicans and just go. Pew!
I remember the one playoff series where he didn't have Boogie Cousins. That final year that Boogie
Yeah.
wasn't there, and his playoff performance on offense and defense.
Him and Drew Holiday used to be so much fun. I miss that.
I miss that too.
But yeah, big fan. Always been a fan. Go ahead.
Actually, I do agree with you. On
Keep growing that
Yeah,
unibrow. That thing is
I agree with
beautiful.
Anthony.
Agree with Anthony
Yeah.
Davis?
Shout out Kendrick Nunn.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan.
I actually do agree with Anthony Davis, but are we doing player of the game of the week?
But what's
Is that everyone's good?
I'm good.
What's your player?
I think everyone picked Anthony Davis.
Anthony
kinda.
Davis, yeah.
You didn't. You just
'Cause that was-
And I changed my mind.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Let me do game of the week first. I'll tell you guys.
No,
So,
yourself now.
Okay.
well, it was gonna be James Harden with 60, but then I was like, I would rather just like talk about the game because
Yeah,
that
okay.
game.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah, I watched that game. 159, 158. That is insane.
Yeah, that's a
Bradley
overtime.
Bradley Beal almost like dropped 52.
Yeah, 46.
40,
Yeah, 46. And then Westbrook had like another triple double. He had like 16 assists and
Yeah.
0 points.
No overtime.
During-
Just straight 4 quarters.
It was
He
insane.
didn't score.
No, he did, but in the first half he had like
Didn't he have like
6.
20?
He had 20
20
something.
something points. 21.
But that game was like I was like, oh, they're just gonna keep scoring. Okay.
Like
It was
that.
insane. The
Mhm.
score just kept going up and up and up. That was like a super high scoring
Yeah.
game. That was insane.
Wizards are a very interesting team.
Now does that show
The
that both
Wizards-
teams have bad defense or good offense?
Great offense.
Great offenses.
Great.
Because there's dudes like Rui Hachimura, Bradley Beal, IT. I don't know how much.
What-
he's
what-
scored, but he's on
Isaac
the Wizards now.
Bonga.
When I think of the Wizards, I think of scoring with Bradley Beal. I do not think of any defense at all.
He's
No.
a shooter. Bradley Beal.
Thomas Bryant is a pretty good center.
The Wizards
Same
are
with
kind of
Rockets.
holding out on John Wall though. That's
Same
kind of
with
the
Rockets,
issue. They're kind of
too.
stuck right now because John Wall's still
Is he
injured.
coming back?
I feel like
They're
the
still
score-
waiting for him to come back and see if he's still the player that he was prior to the injury. Exactly, but they're still waiting on him, and especially since they have a
I don't
massive
think
contract
they're
on
waiting for him
that
to
they
be something
probably
like a
can't move.
superstar again or like
So?
an all-star again. I think they're just waiting for some contribution.
But he's
like,
paid like an all-star. That's
well,
the
yeah,
issue.
because he
there's
was really good before he got injured.
Well, that's the thing. Who was going to sign in Washington in the first place? That's why I've
Yeah.
never understood why did you give Mike Conley a max? Who's else going to sign in Memphis? Like,
right.
I never heard nobody say, "I want to go to DC."
Yeah,
Besides
no one
Bradley
wants to.
Beal.
Yeah.
No one wants to go to DC aside from Bradley.
Yeah, Bradley Beal re-signed.
That's a weird also.
I'm a really big fan of that. I did not want him to go to the Lakers.
Yeah, that'd have been.
No one wants him to go to LA. Let's just be clear. We don't want
No one
anyone
wants
else
anyone to
going
go to LA.
No, we are
got
okay.
Jared
We
Goff.
are okay.
Y'all got Jared Dudley. You can calm down.
I love Jared Dudley.
Can I just, so
Here, I'm going to start out with
Oh,
mine.
can I
I really
just
want to start
I
out.
love him.
He didn't finish.
I
Okay,
like-
I love finish.
I feel like the game, like I think the Rockets should have at least beat them by more than one point.
More than what they did.
But like I don't know what happened. They just kept on scoring. But yeah, that was my game of the week.
Cool. Miles.
I didn't watch any basketball this week, so I'm going to politely decline.
Okay.
Can we talk about the fact the Suns have now beaten the Warriors for the last 2 matchups they've had?
Yes.
This is like the most beautiful thing that I've
Good
seen
job.
in so long. I'm just like, because that first quarter they blew them out like
It was-
41 to 14 in the
Yeah.
first
43.
quarter.
It was
Sorry.
43.
second
Thank you,
quarter.
Miles.
It was like 50 to like 18.
That
And
was-
he sent me a picture. I was like, oh, I should probably go watch this game.
It reminded me of like the Steve Nash era when they had Stoudemire and stuff, and how they would just blow out teams offensively and just overwhelm them. Like I haven't seen Suns like productive on offense in a long time, and nor have I ever seen them play good defense. Even when they had Steve Nash and they were like a Western Conference almost
Jason
championship.
It's because you're young and excited, and they can all. A lot of people on that team can score.
Well, they were a scoring team first, and defense was just non-existent back in the day.
And now they have dudes who like Aaron Baines who doesn't
Javon Carter.
care about getting his buckets. He just wants.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm really
Same
interested,
for-
especially if
Didn't
they're.
he take- I saw a stat. Sorry. Whereas Aaron Baines took like against the Jazz. I think he took 4 charges. I think it was against the Jazz.
He fouled out by the. He fouled out by the end of that game.
It was
I
either the
recall.
Jazz or some other game.
It was
some game
definitely
this
the
season. He took 4 charges in one game. That man.
It was definitely against the Jazz because he fouled out by the
Yeah.
end of the fourth quarter.
So, yeah, there's.
I'm
Shout out
really
to him.
again. The Suns are the most interesting team right now, and they're also the most memeable team because everyone's
They
like,
really
"The Suns are good?"
Yeah.
Question mark.
Aaron Baines?
Aaron
they're putting
Baines,
up
the white
fights
guy's
against good
point. It's
teams.
replacing DeAndre Ayton.
The fact that he can shoot.
Wait a second.
I saw Aaron Baines shoot a 3 and make it, and I was like,
I saw
Aaron
Live.
Baines has been making threes
Yeah,
all
yeah.
season.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I was
He
like,
went
who-
3 for 3 in the Jazz game.
Oh yeah.
Clippers game, he was 2 for 2, and I saw it live, and I almost started crying.
I was like, wait.
I was in my jersey, and I was getting hype every time he made it.
Miles, that reminds me of
Like, he was shooting, I was like,
It's when they beat the Lakers.
He says.
Was it one of those ones like when the Suns blocked LeBron James and Sean Holmes takes it back for like a fast break dunk during that Lakers game? That was like the most I've ever lost in any Suns game ever. It's the most hype I think I've
Yeah.
ever gotten. And Miles, you saw my face during that moment. And that annoying Lakers fan sitting behind us is just like, I want this kid to shut up right now. And that moment did. It's just he looked so sad after that moment. I'm like,
Okay.
My team, my game of the week, obviously Celtics Bucks.
great game.
That was an amazing game.
Yeah.
I have no idea how they won that, but great game.
Kemba
I
was
know.
hitting threes like no other, bro. That was
See,
insane.
like I like watching that game because it shows how we should have won the series last year, but that's a whole different story. And it just shows the rivalry that we used to have, that we have.
I'm just thinking back to the Paul Pierce thing where they had a 2-0 lead right now.
Yeah.
And it's just like this series is already over.
It was, yeah.
How many points did Tatum have? Do you know? I think he had like.
20. No, you know.
Was it like around like 18?
17 or 18.
17, 18. But yeah, Kemba dropped like 30 something, didn't he?
28.
28.
I thought it was 32.
No, 32. No.
Was it? I thought it was like around 33, 32.
What game was that?
Celtics. Bucks.
Celtics Bucks.
It was such a good game. I was watching. Kemba was pulling up just
32.
25 For Tatum.
32, yeah.
Came at 32.
Why didn't Milwaukee play?
And that was the game Gordon Hayward went off. Gordon Hayward. I'm telling you, Gordon Hayward's coming back.
See,
My game of the week, this is the only game that I only really had time to watch live all the way through, was the Mavericks and Blazers game. Where Blazers won 121 to 119. And it was just, Mavericks dropped by like 13, I think, and then CJ and Dame just slowly came back. Kristaps played really well, Luka played really well.
Yeah.
CJ had
35.
35. Dame had like less than that, but a couple assists.
At the start,
I really like this Blazers team. I've been comparing them to the Jazz just because they have a bunch of dudes that can just do everything. Not everything, but just a bunch of reliable players. Just they're really deep and consistent throughout their lineup. So
I feel like the Mavericks should have came out on that game. Dude,
they could have. They honestly choked
Damian
it.
Lillard, like, he would just come up, pull up 3, just drain it, and then he would just like, oh, they scored, okay, now I'll just come over and just drain it
Yeah.
out. He just kept
He kept
popping
doing it because they
threes.
just needed. Dame's just like that. That's just gonna happen with Dame.
He's like, oh, we're down by 6.
One
Let's
thing
just
that I
pop 2
noticed
threes
though
for us.
was that Luka is already showing that he's like aging. Like he's getting more. Like he wasn't normally in a close game like that in the fourth quarter.
Retired
Some
next
like
season.
rookies or second-year players might not like, or who are in his position might not pull out a game like that. But they only lost by 2 points. He had a really good game. He just kept going. He didn't do anything wrong to lose that game. Dame was just too much, and CJ was just a bunch.
Opinion on Luka.
What's your opinion?
What's your opinion of Luka?
I am not a big fan of Luka.
You like Luka?
Why?
I'm actually-
I can't wait for him to shut you up on that opinion.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know.
You just don't like him?
Like,
Is it the way he looks? Is it his
No.
hair?
It's the
Is he-
same dude that just says he
is
just
he
straight up
because
hates
he's a-
Marcus Gasol for no reason.
I hate
don't know
Marcus
why.
Gasol. Marcus Gasol's the worst.
Everybody has one NBA player they hate for no reason.
I
Marcus
don't.
Gasol.
I don't.
I do. Who's yours, Miles?
Oh, now that I'm on the spot, I don't remember. That's crazy.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. You just don't like him?
My
Like,
dad
I
hates
just
Paul
hate the
George.
way he plays.
He hates Clippers.
For no reason.
I hate
You
the way
hate the way he plays.
I hate the way he
Is
plays.
it because he's slow?
Yeah,
Kinda?
yeah, no, he reminds me of like if you put Shaq at point guard, like that speed. Like,
But the fact that he can
no,
go by
don't,
dudes
don't,
being
don't
that
get me
slow.
wrong, like he is
extremely
exceptional.
He's. I'm not saying he's like, oh, he's the best 3-point shooter, but he's an alright 3-point shooter.
No, he's really good.
He's a really like
He's exceptional.
for a center.
Yeah,
He's a good 3-point shooter for a center. That's what I'm at.
yeah. I really am
Luka's
enjoying
nice.
watching Luka and Kristaps play together. It's very fun.
I'm
to watch.
enjoying-
All right, we're gonna wrap things up. kind of got a lot to talk about today. Very, very fun, very interesting conversations with everybody. Cole, it's been a pleasure.
It's always
Hopefully,
a pleasure.
have you back if you want to be a part of the.
I do
The
want
starting
to.
five. You already know what I'm talking about.
I do want to become part of the starting five. I also need to catch up on more NBA basketball games because I'm more of
Do
a
that.
football person
Do that.
as opposed to
Basketball is very good right now. So.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not saying that. But
there's
it's very
good parity in the league now. I'm
Yes.
impressed.
It's
This
very
off
fun to
season's
watch.
got me very intrigued,
Mhm.
more than I've been in a long time.
Yeah. So.
You know, until the Toronto once Toronto beat Golden State, I'm like, the NBA is no longer just Golden State's league.
Yeah.
This is so nice.
It's fun. So yeah, glad to have you.
Thank you for having
Good
me.
contributions from everyone.
Check out
Yeah.
Cynical.
Yes.
Check out Cynical.
His YouTube channel is in the description, so is his. Go sub over to them, and they'll probably do the same here. We get a bigger following. We get a bigger following. We make 100 subs. We're getting merch. Say
Yes.
that right now.
100 subs.
100
100
subs.
songs, we got merch.
It's winter season. We gotta make some hoodies for y'all. It's W's.
Alright, so, and then question of the week, do you think Suns will make the playoffs? Yes or no?
Comment
straight
down
up.
below.
Just
Comment
straight
down
up.
below.
Comment.
Down below,
And then,
yes
obviously-
or no.
Like or dislike on there. Subscribe. Leave a comment on who you think is stupid. That's what I always say. But because some people might have some hot takes.
I bet you they're gonna say I'm stupid.
Yeah. But
The Luka
then, then
comment got you
if
that.
you comment, we will literally bring your comment up on the screen
We
next
will.
week, and we'll talk about it.
Please hate on
And
me.
yes, we would like some haters. Comment anything related to basketball. All right, thank y'all.